Ms. Yoan Ling.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, in Mandarin, please. 持久授权书 LPA 对大多数的国人有些沉重，又有些遥远。总有一天，你我都会卧病在床，必须依赖信任的人，才可以继续过得有尊严的生活。既然终究要通过 LPA 委托他人为自己决定财产等人生大事，那么申办 LPA 的过程需要触手可及。在此，我必须探讨这个 LPA 数位化对国人的影响。我国对于公共服务向来都走在数码化的顶端。疫情期间，数位化也促进了我们乐龄人士对电子邮件、网络银行、视讯通话的认识和接触。然而，这不代表他们不对数位化服务无所畏惧。跨越数码鸿沟的关键往往不是知识，而是信心。我们又如何可以帮助我们乐龄人士富裕对数位化的信心？数位化的服务不能完全取代客制化的服务。数位化所带来的便利只是一种功能，是一种面对面服务的辅助。我们必须把数位化 LPA 做得好懂、好用、好信任，把被自动化的服务人性化、个人化，才能为国人全体打击强身针。In English, please. Mr. Deputy Speaker, the hallmark of a 21st century government is its ability to digitize its functions and processes, and the Singapore government has made leaps and bounds in this regards, such as the digitization of citizens' data on SingPass, payments on PayNow, and even, to many of our citizens' delight, replacing parking coupons with an app. However, Mr. Speaker, today we are here to debate the digitization of a service that's arguably of more concern to a thinner, more vulnerable slice of our society, such as the elderly, as well as adults with special needs, the lasting power of attorney. These LPAs are not a matter that should be taken lightly. While the prudent and forward-thinking make LPAs preemptively, many Singaporeans only consider LPAs as they get on with age, out of the concern that one day they may not have the ability to make proper judgments over their own welfare, property, and other personal affairs. Effectively, to make an LPA is to commit to let someone else decide what you should eat, where you should stay, and how you should live should the fateful day come that you are not able to make these decisions yourself. Sir, I have seen the trepidation which, with some of my elderly residents, and even residents in their late 40s and 50s, have with their approach in their interactions with the digital world, be it creating an email, setting up a bank account, or even creating video calls with their loved ones. I recall someone I know in his 50s, early 50s, was just asking me for help with the change of a file name on a document that's stored on his phone. It is unfamiliar terrain for many, and then even for some. Understandably then, the electronic LPA system, with implications reaching further than WhatsApp video calls, may daunt many seniors who cannot find confidence and assurance to traverse the digital divide. An online system is only as useful as those who are able to find it useful and sets itself up to be an exhibit in the Museum of Digital Assets if not well implemented. Given that most of online LPA system intended audience will be daunted by fears associated with crossing the digital divide, compounded by the pressure of making an LPA while they still can, we must stand ready to provide support for using these systems. While digitization is often intended to reduce burdens on manpower, we must be willing to cross the bridges with those whom we build it for. I call on the government to make accessible support systems for those daunted by online systems in order for them to get the most out of this initiative. Crossing the digital divide is not just a matter of know-how, but in many cases is a matter of confidence. Providing a personal touch, especially on something as personal and life-changing as LPAs through social services or other equivalent means, will give our residents the encouragement, assurance, and motivation to set up LPAs over the well-meaning online system. Mr. Speaker, at this juncture, I would also like to shed some light on another vulnerable slice of our society, and that are adults with special needs and residents with mental health impediments. On the extreme end, parents or relevant caregivers assume dutyship over these individuals, making decisions on their behalf in matters akin to an LPA. However, special needs and indeed mental incapacity is a spectrum, and we find a great diversity of conditions. In some cases are more visible than others, while many other such conditions are virtually impossible to the untrained eye. Some conditions cause mental incapacities in bouts or sporadic episodes and cannot be recognized with certainty in once-off encounters. We recognize that online LPA services greatly add to the convenience of the process by reducing the need for physical appointments, even though these physical appointments arguably play pivotal roles in the ascertainment of mental capacities. Given the grave implications of making an LPA, we cannot with good faith proceed with the issuance of LPAs should there be any shadow of a doubt whether or not an individual is under pressure or has mental health impediments. We must get it right every single time. Sir, well, I am ready to place my faith in the intentions of LPA certificate issuers, medical doctors, psychiatrists, and lawyers, their ability to ascertain an individual's mental capacity at the time of issuance is actually paramount to safeguarding the integrity of the process. For example, should an individual who experiences episodes that result in delusions seek to make an LPA, how would the certificate issuer be able to ascertain that the basis on which the individual applies for an LPA is grounded in reality? Would an untrained personnel be able to make an assessment based out of a once-off interaction with a special needs adult? These are situations that are not easy even with physical interactions, and online submissions will make it even more tricky. Without additional safeguards or a transparent and rigorous evaluation system for mental capacity, the issuance of LPAs over an online system might become inconsistent at best and at worst, fail to protect the individuals it was precisely set out to protect. As we necessarily lose the personal touch of the LPA process in introducing an online system, we must conscientiously support seniors in crossing the digital divide and intentionally build in safeguards that capture the diversity of our adults with special needs. These concerns notwithstanding, sir, I support the bill. Thank you.